Hey Ronnie, what's up? What I'm doing now is not going to get uploaded, and if I do, well, you don't have to watch it because I'm just going to be coloring. And you know what? The minute I get an understanding within my own mind, it's hard to take it away. And I'm going to explain something right now, just in case I forget. That's why I have to do it as I think. Do you see what this is? I'm redoing this, except I'm sharing this area over here. This area over here is here. It is taking up one part of the four parts because it is in between. It is the divider of everything. It owns. This is all connected to the void. Then I will take these four, and then I'm going to take these four, and I'm going to put these four over here. So I have one, two, three, four, five, six, 8 boxes for 6 numbers. Where does 168 come from? What is number 3? This one is number 3. This one is number 4. When I flip this upside down, this one will be number 4. This one will be number 3. So I'm going to keep on designing. So this is the first one. This is the second one. 1 box, 2 boxes, over and up. Take out the inside. You have to eat away at the corners. We have to cut all the corners off from all of these. The Hebrews, they have a talus. They put strings in the corners, okay? The corners may be cut off, but they're not cut off at all because they're now being played inside. The space is opened up for inside. You need the cube to be able to turn, or you need the spindle in the center to be able to turn. If you cut off all these corners and you spin the spindle in the center, you see this thing over here, this pen? It's almost like taking the pen and making it this size. You remember the 360 degrees, right? 360 degrees. Well, how about this 360 degrees? You think time will be the same? Things that wear down, wearing down the corners. Is it what they did or what happens to the system? And once the system slows down because the corners are all cut off, you can't turn the tornadoes anymore. It's just like your Cuisinart or something that spins and the blade runs out, or the thing that spins it can no longer pick up the gush, the sprockets and the bearings the way they work. So time runs down, and when time runs down, time catches up. The inside clock, the outside clock. When time runs down inside the clock, the outside the clock comes around in time and it picks up the inside of the clock and it says, we got to move you over to a new time. Because you slowed way too down and we caught you up on the next cush. I'll catch you later, alligator. Sprockets and bearings, every piece is an alligator connected together. Tighten up the straps and the belts. Hold on to your waist. Hold on to your pants. If your pants drop, your organs will show. Everybody see what you're made of. So we're going to put this down here, and I show my face, and I'm just so excited sometimes when I see the reality, and I get into every video because I just had somebody say to me, you're looking for attention. You're damn right I'm looking for attention. I want to see if what I'm doing is terrible. I want to know. I need people to correct whatever I'm doing wrong. So therefore, I can go on a new path and find even more exciting items because I already think I'm pretty much stable and able right now, capable of doing. Able to Eve. You know what Eve is. Eve is a Y. It's a Y and a C. Do you want to see what Eve looks like? Here's what Eve looks like. Here's Eve. Here's Eve. Have you ever met Eve before? Ask me why. You ask me why about Eve, and I'll tell you it's just the eye in the sky. CVE. 3 lines. 3 lines. 3 lines. 3 lines. 3 lines in the sky. Either it's the seagull or it's the bull. C3V is the 5. It is to the left. And it is to the right of Eve. Don't leave, Eve. Talking about Capricorn, talking about Eve, talking about the eye, but it's not even the eye. It's one, and it's one. That's all it is. It's only one and one. No, it's not. It's 1 dash 1. Or is it 1 plus 1? Oh my God, if you move them together, 1 plus 1, it becomes an H. If you split them apart, you have H and H. 1 0 here, 1 0 here, 1 0 here, 1 0 here, 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 and here. What happens with 1? We connect the digital clock. Oh, Western town. We got the clock. We got the belt around the waist, the whole item, the whole package, the fleur-de-lis. They have the belt around the bottom. Have you ever seen the fleur-de-lis? Okay, but it's actually like this. Okay, and it's like that. This is what the fleur-de-lis looks like. Okay, and then they have a belt over here. Like the world is going around the corn on the cob. And then over here, they have like a little frangled mustache. And when you butter up the fleur-de-lis, it sort of looks like this. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, hey. Hey, buddy, hey. Where is it? That's my tongue, right? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy, look at that. You got to come down on my nose, I know. Yeah. I'm going to curl out some of them dragon ears, eh? I'm going to come out and get the dragon ears. This is a C, the fleur-de-lis. This is a C, the fleur-de-lis. 2 C's come together. They put the pi in to the center, the light. They plugged in, they connect the 2 sides together. The minute the 2 sides are created, the eyes light up. You need both sides to create both eyes. You got to see within. Your eye lights up. You bring the oceans together inside your fleur-de-lis. So it's C and C that brought together Capricorn or Taurus at the same time, because this is both Capricorn and Taurus, Eve. It has to be. It makes the design. Don't you see the goat, the Bélier? B and E. Do you know what B and E, Bélier? It means to be a liar. Bélier. Bélier, I'm not understanding to believe. Ye, liar. 2 and 5, liar. 1, 2, 0, 9, 0, 5, 18. 12, 9, 6, 9, 6, 5. 4, 1, 4, 5, 46. DC says liar. 6, 4, 6, excuse me, 1, 2, 6, 9, 0, 5, 1, 8. I can shorten this to 3, 6, 9. And 6, 5. I'm not going to write anything. 1, 8 is 9. 5 and 9 are the reflection of each other. So the whole thing inside Bélier, okay, or liar, Bélier, the goat, says 369, 369. 5 and 9 is rotation, because 5 and 9, the 5 card, okay, is a reflection of the 9 card. This is what happens to the 9 card, 3 and 3. 4 create 360 degrees, okay, but 3 comes into the world. This is the world from one side. This is the corner here. And this is the corner of this side. So you go 1, 2, 3. And then 2, this chip and this chip. We connect all to this over here. This connects to this. This connects to this. It's the same thing Not this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. But it's the same thing as I did with this. You see, I use this one over here. This, if you actually want to look at this is 7. Then this color over here is 8. Then this void one, okay, that I'm going to make the same color. This one over here is 8 again. This is 8, 8. 7, 8, 8, 9. And then this one over here is 4. And then this one over here is 5. Then this one over here is 5. Then this one over here is 6. So I have 7, 8, 8, 9. I have 4, 5, 5, 6. And then I'm going to do these two, and we're going to do them together, right? We're going to take a commercial break right now, and this video, the continuation of this video, was all thank you to Mary Jane. When she gets going, oh my God, this is crazy. I just want to get her out of me right now and go, but I can't. And I'm inside the realm of explaining the totality of what I began to say, and I want to finish it. That way I feel empty, complete, like I shit out all my garbage. I threw up on everybody. Oh, it's so disgusting, Mr. Tackpans. And now I can breathe again. Because otherwise, I feel like I'm cheating the world if I don't share what I know, if there's any reality to what I know at all. The reality that I do know is I'm showing you my reality of how things actually are real. I'm just showing you what's next to each other and drawing a design. Nothing more than that. So we're going to get back into Bélier, which is the goat, which is the Capricorn. And Capricorn stands for the golden corner. It also stands for the passage. N is a passage. I'll show you why in a minute. And C. C. Is it C this way? And C this way? Because you already have the 3 corners. 3 corners and 3 corners. You join them. Create 360 degrees, and you now get a square. We don't want to go here. I wanted to show you something prior to this. Something prior to this. I'm not finished. I'm in between designs, but I have to do it all by hand. You see? It's actually, you see this? And then there's another one here. There's 2. And there's another one here. And then there's another one here that you don't see because they're in the middle. That's what breaks it up, because you find the middle is what creates this here, between this and this, or this and this. Try to see it. Can you see it anywhere else? If you don't color it in or mark the spot harmoniously, see the way this angle is? The Yud angle is 3 corners. It's this one over here. It's this one over here. Top to bottom, crossover, and down. So what I was showing you before, this here, the N, the 14th letter. Hold on a second. Let me try and turn the page with one hand. And then cross over Capricorn. We're going to have to go to that after. And show you this design over here. Okay, now what this design is going to do, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can show all the pages at once. If you don't mind, let me take a look for something. There's just so much. There's just... We already went over H2O, right? 2 box, a box here and a box here. 1 connects 0 and 0, 0, 1, 0. And now we have the bridge for the water. The bridge that we walk down and we cross over, the connecting. We hold up our head high and we stand on our 2 brick feet. The eye, however which way you want to look at it. Anyways, I shouldn't have put that in the video. I'm going to go back to this over here. There are 4 corners to this over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 360 degrees, because 9 is the highest. I had to take this one and this one and this one and this one and throw this over to here, and I had to take this and throw it to here. So we crisscross to lock this dock, this side, closer to this side. This and this is the same rope. This and this is the same rope. This is one side, this is another side. You notice I get two colors with each to lock up the two sides. So we need, even though we started with 2 and 2, we needed to create X marks the spot. And then we tie this one up over here, and then we tie this one up over here, and we tie them all on the outside. And O gets X, and X gets O. 360 degrees of rotation once you're fully connected. 1 and 1, this is the Y letter for Yama. You put a dash in between or a line that crosses, or you put this in between the two sides. You automatically have the H. I don't like that explanation. So much not done. So we're going to go back to this. All I did is I made a bunch of holes. This here is a strand. It's a string on the side. It's a full length. You can't do anything wrong with it. Okay? It's full. And all I did with this is I made a hole in here and 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 a hole in here. And I went and I did it to all of these. 3, 6, 3, 3, 4. Now how do I do this? How did I go up in my string and then down this way? Wouldn't I not need an I? Otherwise, how do I go up and down in the same string if I don't go over and down? You follow what I'm saying? I didn't go over. I went in the same hole all the way down. So how do I put a string all the way up this way? And when I get to here, something's wrong. I need a split. I need an I. I need a bar that goes across. That creates the D. You create the D, you're automatically saying I'm a split I within the same hole where the string can go up and turn all the way back down and cross over. And that's what it does in all the letter N's. And if you see, it creates two I's. It creates M, W, V, E. And because of the angle, you're really not sure what it's actually holding because it's pretty much strong everywhere. But we're not really looking for the strength. We're looking for the design. I showed you what? Here I showed you one string. In this design over here, I showed you no passages. There's no straight through. This is the straight through. So I need something that's going to connect these two over here. So I need to now connect this side to this side and sew this together. How do I sew it together here? By adding in the separate space and just turning it like my binder, pulling the two sides together. What will that do for me? Well, pulling the two sides together as a binder, like a book. Now, how many parts in the book? 1, 2, 3, 4. This book will fold into 4. Which way will you close this book? You can close it both on this side. It's 4 separate sheets of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 separate sheets of paper in each one of these books. Are you following why? Because these are the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I took up how many positions? 4, 8, 12. I will take up 16 positions to complete. Let me finish that. And the end letter, so the end letter, okay, is what carries us up the string and down into the string, and then from into the string, out of the string, and up, because we have to connect this side here and this side here. This is the center that holds the totality of the 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, and 4 here. Otherwise, you can't build this. It just doesn't work. So let's complete the did you understand this? Did you understand this? These are all the strings that they can attach. N. We actually create M, and because you connect this side here, right? And you connect this side over here. This is down, this is up. This is up, this is down. And then eventually, look what happened over here. It has to go backwards. It grows frontwards and then backwards. If you look at it from inside, it's going backwards. If you could look at it from outside, it'll look like it's going forward. Do you follow what I'm saying? This is like the round of a drum. You know what a drum set looks like? And you have to go all the way around and turn on those little screws to make it tight. Well, let's say these are the binders that go on it. I'm not sure what to do, where this is going to go, but this is not This is not because I know art. This is, I mean, because I think it's rather good. This is because I understand it. I understand what's going on in the picture. The same thing with this. We want to know where the great pillars are, or the diamonds, or ducks. I can turn these all into ducks. Just put an eye here, an eye here. Right? Just put a little eye. You know, at least just one duck. A lady duck with a bow tie. Let's call her Daphne Duck or something. So again, this over here, 4 squares, I create the H. What is this over here? Take a look. This area is 1, this area is 2, this area is 4, this area is 5. Just remember this area here. This is what H and I and O come to do. H, I, O, because we have to connect them all. I'm going to show you. Is right here. It's right here because this is what I'm connecting. I'm connecting this one here and this one here. What's in between? What's in between 5 and 7? It's number 6. Okay? It's number 6. It's right over there. That's number 6 over here. 4, 6, 8, 5, 6, 7. So it took me 5, 7, 4, and 8, and we connected the 6. Now, you know what's going to happen to this after? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 is all going to disappear. And I'm going to put 4 worlds like this right next to each other. 5, 4, 7, 8 here. It's going to say 5, 4, 7, 8, 5, 4, 7, 8, 5, 4, 7, 8, 5, 4, 7, 8. That's all it's going to say. 5, 4, 7, 8, 5, 4, 7, 8. But then we're going to have to join them with another circle over that. And this world will go on to the right. And it'll say 5, 8, 6, 9. And they'll just keep making flowers of their own numbers around each other. To the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. Each world, this world, these 4 numbers get their own 4 numbers. These 4 numbers get their own 4 numbers. These 4 numbers get their own foreign numbers. And these 4 numbers get their own foreign numbers. All 4 numbers. And every time you do that, this area will become 4, 4, 4. You will have 12 surrounding 4. 12 surrounding 4, 12 surrounding 4, 12 surrounding 4, 12, 12, 12, 12 is 48, and 16, 64. Do you know why? Because this square, these 4 squares will get 4 squares above them, 4 squares to the corner, 4 squares down, and the 4 squares they are. So you're going to end up having 4, 8, 12, 16 by 16. That's the size of it. 16 times 16. 256. Half memory. Jack plug-in. 952 is 458. 458 is the sun. Is half the sun. D is D and T. Remember the D and T? The D and T. Remember it. The D and T. Exists 10. 2 languages, both saying 10. I didn't finish with this yet. So what I meant by this is when we show this, and I show my calculator here, okay, let's imagine the 9 is in the right-hand top box. The 8 is in the top left box. The bottom is the 5, and then the 6. What's in that H position? It's number 7. Number 7 will get that position. It is the HI. It'll say 7, 8, 9, 6. Why? Because once you get that, you create the circle. 7, 8, 9, 6, and 4 corners. This is Hua. At the same time, you now connect them all because this area just created is not connected. So we want to connect it. We want to connect it. So we're going to connect it. We connect the top. We connect the top. We connect the bottom over here. And then we connect it over here. So now we connect it. We went from here. We had to go over to here. We had to connect it on this side. We had to cross over to connect it on this side, then into this square, through here, and over here. Do you see what happened to this? You remember the HI that was together? Now it turned into a Y. It also turns into a T, like it turns. But there's a Y upside down here, and there's a Y upside down here. You lost one corner here, you cut a corner apart over here, and you lost another corner over here. This turns into the number 5. 5's alive. Do you know what this is? This is a heart. The V is a heart. It's one corner of 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. One, 2, 3, 4 corners. Yod. The Yod letter. What is this letter over here, and what is this dot? Is this the dot they have for Ima? Do you see the design up here, right here? It's the I, it's the T. All you're missing is the head, and you've put the body together. 2 feet. If I put its head here, it can look like a dog, back to back. This is the H and the I. H, 2I, 2O. O, O-I. H2O, 2 eggs, 2I. 2I, 2 eggs. 1, 2. You ever see inside? Say, oh, it's only the whites. But the yellow makes the whole egg. They don't ask you, should I break your whites? They go, should I break your yellows? Like, hello, should I break the yellows? Hello. You know what happens to the yellow? You cook it, right? So we're going to finish this off into the next video. 26 minutes is quite long. My duck wants to say hello. She looks like she's a little buzzed out. And all her partners below her. They each have a set of their own cube. They each beat their own drum. Here's the drum over here. I'll soon give her hands. She'll be able to move her hands up and down and beat those drums. Patoom, patoom, patoom. You see the diamond heads over here? See the 2 diamond heads over here? One here and one over here. I'm not sure what to do with that yet. I'm not sure what to do with the drum. I'm not sure what to do with the pillars. And the totality of this is the Star of David. AHJKR. H and A. The minute you make an A, how do you get A? A is when you make the passage in the center over here. Once you make the passage to center and you connect this here, the S, I could have put the E up here if I wanted, because the reality is when they come together, it's the S, right? But when you're connecting 2 sides, it is the E. The shorthand of the E meets right over here. It meets here because it's a crossing line. You have to stop. You have to connect. It's like a connecting rod, join. So you put the E, becomes 3E. 3E is electric company. The 5th planet and the 3rd planet. E5, Jupiter, is now Earth. 3C, creation, is now Earth. And E, Earth, in the letter for Earth and Jupiter, Jupiter becomes Earth, Earth becomes Jupiter. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to tell you why. The letters 3 and 5 is C and E. C and E is 3 and 5 in one letter. It is the C letter. The reality of the C letter is because it comes with the E, it comes with the 5th letter, it is electric company, and it connects direct in this equation to Earth as the 3rd planet and to Jupiter as the 5th planet in the letter E. But the letter E stands for Earth. The letter C stands for creation. So now it's saying Earth creation. 3 times 5 is 15, which is now saying Mercury and Jupiter and Neptune. At the same time, 1 and 8 says A in H, 1 and 1. The bar, or the light, is in the other world. A is now in H, because the A letter will only begin when it hits the R letter in actuality. When the A is in H, it means the light is in H. The minute the light is in H, it creates the 1st letter and the 8th letter, which is the 18th letter, saying R. The light is in the angel resident. The Ra. R-A-H, or I call it, I like to say the rabbit. I say the rabbit because of the hair, H-A-R, hair, Ra. The other way is hair, H-A-I-R. So that's how we connect. This is the 3 we meet, 3 and 5, and I explained 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is 15, and 8, 23, number 23. What is 23? We have 1, 2, 3 connect. Top left, bottom right, this is one side, this is the other side. Why would I want to do this when it's both on top? I want to go down and I want to go to the other side. These 3 are connected, straight connect and Aleph. Possessing 2, I possess H2O. I connect this one and this one as 1. 1 in between 1 does not change the size of the diameter, nor does it change the size of the circumference. So when you put anything in the middle here, this is the middle. It was made for this. That's why I'm going to do it again on this, and I'm going to make this until it's the same size as my page. Or anyways, C and E, B and E is the same thing. B is the second letter, and E is the 5th letter, creating 7. That creates the 7th gate. C and E is because we're talking about those 2 numbers. Those 2 numbers come together. If I would have said to you C and D, okay, Cindy or windy, okay, so when it's windy, it's C and D. DC makes it windy. Wow, now I understand that one. DC makes it windy. I'm trying to think. DC makes it windy. So we went with B and E. C and E is 5 and 3, 8. They become 7 and 8. 7 and 8 is actually G and H. At the same time, it's AGH. It becomes a hag. G, A, H. The 7th and the 8th and the 9th and the 10th. A, B, C. 10 equals C. Creation, 10 equals C. Why? Because on the piano, G7, A8, B9, C3, ABC, 8, 9, 10. I just skipped over the 7th gate. A and F connect together, create a tie within their own house, or a loop to reconnect, a link to reconnect, a doorway, something to pass through. 3 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 5. The 2 letters come together and create number 23. 2 and 3. 2 and 3. 2 and 3, if that's the way you want to look at it. 2 and 3. BC creating 56. Oh yes, okay, creating 56. I'll do that in the next video. I have to learn it first. I think I can see it, but oh, what a terrible ending video. So we did Bélier. This is the part I did like about Bélier and belief. Because all I did is reverse these 2 letters until it's IF, and IF is 9656, Aleph, 96. Rotation, birth of the DNA of whatever you're programmed, whatever, either it's programmation from DNA, but I don't think so. I don't think it has anything to do with it. I don't think your DNA has really anything to do with it. I think that understanding what I just see here, first of all, let me say this ends with 18 and 5, 5 and 18, angel resident, and this is rotation, this is the Bélier, and this is the belief. The Bélier is supposed to rebel. We are told to rebel and throw away. It seems like what we bring on from the past that was born into us, it has nothing to do with us. Our past history of disease is not supposed to have anything to do with us, because we're supposed to be born from another world into this world. The completion of our bodies, of who we're going to be, comes from another world. They have to design these bodies for the incoming. They just can't say, okay, this is the incoming. It doesn't work that way. It can't. Because I don't believe it anymore, because I saw it right here. I saw it right here in the word Capricorn. Okay? The word Capricorn. The golden antlers, the price we pay, we're stuck, the AC energy, the DNA, we come from a different, something different, nothing to do with this past history stuff. I see it inside here. B and R. 1825. It says bear. 1 to 18 is 171. The gateway, 1717, 34. 1771, the Tea Party. They linked, they did something within us. We're not supposed to carry on past histories, certain past histories, something to do with the DNA. We're all supposed to come in here fresh, with our own chance, not paying the price for everybody else. But now we're paying the price for everybody else before us. In our family and our past history, they will link everything up and they will show you your past just so you fall to it, just so your mind goes back to it. That's the way I see this. Capricorn, Bélier, Taurus, Taureau. But do you ever see the way the Taureau looks? Take a good look at the Taurus. The bull is turned like this. Twice he's turned. So what is he thinking? Oh, it's just a picture, everybody would tell me. No, not for me. I don't see it that way. I've gone too far. I believe too much. You can't shut me down no more. Because when I see the flow, I go with the flow. 171. When you add up 1 to 18, it equals 171. 1 will now equal 6 and 6. Why? Because 1 and the opposite side of 1 is 6. So now we're going to exchange the 1 and create it as a 6. 6, 7, 6. 13, 13. 42, 6 by 7. 42, 6 by 7. 32, 13 and 42 is 55, 55, 110. R. What's missing? 19 and 20 equals 39. 210 equals to 39. 210 becomes 216. 26, they took down the bear. They took down the big bear. Okay, so now I want to know. I know the video went a little bit too far. If anybody makes it in there and they can pass it out, I want to know what happened to Big Bear in the sky. Because this is the representation. DC. Spirit in the sky, Big Bear. So I'm going to finish that design. I thank you very much for watching. I know there's something that I didn't mention, and I definitely want to add on, and something I'm going to do in the future. 60 minutes in a hockey game, 20 minutes is 1/3, 40 minutes is 2/3. So when you're in the middle of the second period at the 10-minute mark, you played 30 minutes. You played half of what is valued to the hour. You played 50, which is half value to 100. But you only played in the middle of a period. So hockey shows 3 20-minute periods, shows you're in the middle of the period in hockey. Therefore, does that mean something about man's mind is on ice? We have to understand that he plays the game into the series of the Stanley Cup 7-game playoff. 4 gets you into the next round. Next round, next circle. 4 wins equals 240 minutes of ice time that you won. 3 losses gives you 180. 180, the resident angel to the time of X. EX, the spirit, 420. 432. 6 and 6, 432. Man gets to jail playing on ice. You want to play 60-minute basketball? It's 15-minute periods. 4 times 15 minutes. You can get 30, 15 minutes and 15 minutes, but you can't get 50. 50 is half of 100, but 30 is 2 even periods ended. 30 is what comes in an egg tray. 30 is 2 15-minute periods. The 15th letter is O and O. But there's no 50, and there's no 50 in here. There's no 50 in anything, so nothing ends with anything to do with 50. 50 must count for 30 in both these games. but not in this game. There is no 50. You're on one side or the other in hockey. Either the water is there and it's frozen, or the water is there and it's not frozen. So either you're skating or swimming. .420, 240, all the same. This is your 80. This is a representation of your numbers and your codes. 4 by 26, put 6 over here. 4 by 26 is 104. 6 by 42 is 252, which is 126. 126. Same thing I was talking about before. 126, 216. You see what I do? I'll take the last number and multiply it by the first two, or take the first number and multiply it by the next two. But I wouldn't do it any other way. I could also count this for 2 areas. Why is this 2 areas? Because it's got a 0 over here. 0 is the middle of something. So this is 2 sides, so it has to have a 0 this way. It would have to have a 0 this way. Half says the 1 number to 2 sides. It only needs 1 number. This one needs another 0. This one needs another 0. 636, creation of 9, the birth. Creation of electric company, 7 by 35. 5 by 73 is 365. Creation of 365, creation in Aleph. 3 and 5, 3 and 6, 5 and 6, creation in Aleph. 945, 5 by 94 is 470. 5 by 9 is 450. 470, 476. 476 equals to Halloween, the 304th day of the year, counting it for 12th, the 13th moon. 304 equals 364. And 1050 is now half-half. But you don't have any 10-minute periods. And you don't have any 50-minute periods. So you've met. Why does 10 meet? Because 10 meets 2 worlds. 0 in the middle of 0. This is an 8 over here. 1, 5, and 9. This is A and E. They're from the same world. They run the same clock. 1/5 of a second in horses shows the same clock. See the way we have 11 here, and 8 in between? We'll connect this together. We connect it together. 2 eyes. See the way we connect that together? Now that I did that, I'm going to have to do this. Hold on a second. Hold on. Here it is. Here it is. Same design. Did I do that wrong? Did I do that wrong? See the design inside here? See the design? That's where your V, see the way it starts? See the way it starts? Your 10 and 50, that's the way it begins. Anyways, just to show that one, if you had to have a 7th gate, my reality is the 7th gate would be right over here. See the way this is a Y and this is a Y? If you move only 1 block, you bring it to look like this. If you move over 2 blocks, it looks different. Do you understand? When we come to the, you see when you're drawing this line from here to here, if you go down the opposite way, it's void. There is no middle line. It stops in the middle. Every other square stops in the middle. 1551 link. So I went from a nothing video into I didn't shut my mouth, and I took you guys out for a weekend sporting event on this thing. Raphael 7286 on a constellation of Pegasus. Here's one timer, here's the other timer, here's the beehive. They shove this in between, they close this on you, and rotation takes off now. Thank you for watching this video. Wait a second, no. I went in this so long, I need to show you one more thing. Inside this over here, there's H, H, J, K, R. And the R, okay, if you take a look, when this arm crosses over, okay, I don't know if you want to look at it this way, but when this arm crosses over, the arm goes down here, comes up to here, and creates an R. These all create R's together. The arm comes from here, it extends all the way down to here. This goes all the way down and connects to here. This goes all the way down and connects to here. and we connect the island. This is connected, the passage on the inside. This is where you swim, okay? These are the shorelines. So, Raphael, 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. If I can only keep it logical.